I think that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
The idea,
but
let's talk about the idea of, because you admitted that even though you don't think the capacity is there, the capacity can be grown. I think the country needs to pay a lot of attention to growing the capacity of the local printing industry. Yes. I know for sure that it is cheaper printing in many countries in Asia, importing into the country, than printing locally. Even when you add the printing cost, the freighting cost, the clearing cost, at times it's even a lot cheaper than printing locally because there's a lot of money that goes into local
What you
production.
just mentioned is the issue to address. And, everything is in metamorphosis. We are taking it gradually. The government need to look at, first of all, audit the internal capacity. Do we have statistics? Man has been challenged to do that. Now, look at the number of investment that has taken place in the last 5 years. You have technology here. The issue of quality, the issue of pricing, the issue of piracy, the issue of turnaround, of which we are talking of now, which is capacity. We are mentioning capacity because capacity involves turnaround. Now, if a project is given, we all know the school calendar. Has it been planned properly? What arrangement has been made? You don't just, Nigeria hasn't got what it takes. We are aware of that. To say, I want to print, give me 100,000 books now. Yeah. What are the factors affecting the printers? Then we now know what are the interests of the publishers.
So don't you agree that that is the angle to place emphasis on rather than the tariff increase?
No, the tariff, like I said, printers didn't ask government to do anything, but I think it's part of work in progress.
Okay, it's a holistic thing.
Yeah, it's a holistic thing. Government is taking it step by step. And there's nothing sacrosanct about policy making. You can look at it and say, let's check it here. And the reaction is already coming. Printers cannot say, government, don't put tariff. Printers will say, government, even, make it more stringent. No, that is the truth. But with understanding, because under Manufacturer Association, publishers and printers belong to the same sector group. Yeah. And that is an atmosphere or platform to meet and discuss and iron things out. All those issues I've mentioned, we're all shouting about infrastructure in the country. And we are looking at government to provide infrastructure. What are the investors doing? We can beckon on government to create an enabling environment for investors to come in and solve that problem.
Okay, and there lies my own problem.
So I'm addressing the issue of price indirectly.
There lies my own personal challenge in Nigeria, Now, these two sectors are represented by very distinguished professionals. I'm wondering, how much effort has been done in the past and is being done at the moment to put enough pressure for this enabling environment to be improved? Because it does make a lot of sense if that is done. Yes. Everybody wants local production at the end of the day. I'm sure publishers...
Look, nobody wants to go to India, to any other... I'm sorry, to go to any country to start manufacturing. You go to customs, you start to clear. Nobody wants to do it. But look, we are pushed there for all the things Mr. Babs has mentioned. And when you look at it, what we said, look, I told him, we have had 7 meetings.
Since January?
Since April.
Since April. The
discussion is ongoing.
The discussion is ongoing under man.
And we are getting...
And quite unfortunately, 2 people will just say, no, we don't want. How can 2 people determine what each and every one of us will do? One of them was even saying, until you do this, you do that, I won't append myself.
Now that sounds very typical. That sounds typical in Nigeria. Unfortunately. But I think, both groups need to work together.
I'm sure people like that.
We can work with understanding. Because I keep saying, we need proper enlightenment about our own operation or sector, so to say. It's not only printers and publishers alone that are affected. How about the other allied companies.
Course. Yes.
You know, they want to sell. See,
thing.
we are saying printers. The ink maker wants to sell his ink.
Oh, yeah.
The paper matcher wants to sell paper. But we have to start from somewhere. And in as much as we sympathize the situation to say, how is it going to affect the book development in Nigeria, which is a critical one. But we also have to be in position to advise government as stakeholders to say, this is the way we must go. This is the plan that you want to implement. How can we go stage by stage? But the policy came. The wind is a wide wind on one side, is a lee wind on the other side. So there will be reactions and counter-reactions.
Okay. What is the current position of both groups?
Well,
I know the government suspended the tariff till September.
Yes, the government has suspended it until 31st of December.
It's been extended to...
There has been...
Yes. And we have been talking, really. We have been having discussions with the printers. There is an agreement that we had to sign. We met and the technical committee was set up. 4 printers, 3 publishers. They met. I was not there because I had to.
Well, I am part of the technical committee.
Babs was there. So they had a meeting. Then they now sent, after the meeting, chairman by man, the man representative.
They are the coordinator.
They've done very well. Wrote the papers, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. They've done very well. So they wrote the papers, circulated the papers. On the day we were to come and sign this agreement, all the publishers came. Babs was in London. The printers, none of them showed up.
Okay. There's an apology for not being able to be present, but the timetable, it was so short. And we all have pre-planned programs. I want to address an issue.
Because of time now.
Yes, there is progress.
Yes, there is.
That's what I want to establish. And one of it is to say, look, publishers, you know what to do. You can ask government for time. Pending the time we measure, because I talk about auditing the capacity that is available.
Which is being done now.
Which is ongoing.
Ongoing, okay.
And by the time that is established, within a very short time, although we have given our position, we have done our own analysis.
No, but that position was not...
No, in terms of capacity, in terms of available capacity.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. You know Tribune printers in Ibadan?
Yes, I do.
When did they operate last?
But they are not book printers.
The name is on the list you gave us.
They are not
book printers, and they have not operated in the last 10 years.
What is going to happen? 31st December, when the suspension is lifted, what are the possibilities? Is it still possible to go back to this tariff?
See, let me make a clear point here. Yeah? At the moment, what we have agreed with MAN is this: that percentage of what is being produced globally by publishers, the publishers, first of all, should be transparent, and they should let us know what percentage of volume they are doing. Then printers can say, yes, we cannot do, or we can do. They can also come and audit. So if I come to your press, I can assess and say, this is your capacity.
Okay. So unfortunately, we don't have so much time.
Okay.
It's sounding to, I'm not an economist. It's sounding to me like this is a debate between the protectionists and the free traders. You will have to come back so that we can finish this conversation. But we have to, just one more question, one more issue for me is, are you talking about the paper industry? Because it's primary to this discussion.
One of the remedy that can aid...
It's almost dead now.
Yeah, it's not that it's almost, it's dead.
It's at the heart of this discussion.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. Let's hit the nail on the head. In Nigeria, no printer can make a phone call and say that I need paper to print for a particular publisher for next week delivery.
It's not possible.
So you have to pre-plan. If that being the case, then there must be, understanding of the handicaps and then how to overcome it. In what the printers association are saying is that government should try as much as possible enact programs, things ideas like a book development agency can come up where you have stakeholders to make input.
Yeah, you see,
they have it in Philippines, and they are progressed.
We have a national book policy.
Yeah.
But how far has the
it has not been implemented?
Okay, then.
And please, Kule, when Otumba Lawal was president of the Publishers Association, years ago, more than 10 years ago, they went to then Chief Olusegun Obasanjo about the paper industries in Nigeria. So the paper industries, discussions about them did not start yesterday. It started a long time ago. But it's for government to say, okay, maybe they look for people who can buy and start operating these things so that we can have paper
I'm particular about what can we do.
I think it's a major problem.
It is the bane of the problem.
We need to fix the paper industry.
Yes, it's very important.
Paper mills need to start working again. I know. Thank you,
ideas should come up and then things should be resolved. Thank you.
We've not finished this discussion.
Thank you.
No doubts about it.
Okay,
thank you for joining us on the Channel 4 Club.
Okay.
Well, that was a very interesting and very important debate, one that we will come back to later on. Don't forget you can always join us on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.